Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a story that's a roller coaster of emotions, heartbreaking, infuriating, and ultimately a tale of redemption. This is the story of my cousin Lisa, who stole my son's surgery money to chase her dream vacation in Paris. But, as fate would have it, she learned a hard lesson just a week later. Let me take you back a few months. My son, Noah, is a bright, adventurous 10-year-old who fills our lives with laughter and joy. He's the kind of kid who lights up every room he walks into. From building intricate Lego cities to playing soccer with his friends, he's always been full of life. But everything changed last summer. One evening, after enjoying a huge bowl of spaghetti, Noah complained of severe stomach pain. At first, we thought it was just a bad case of indigestion. But as the days passed and the pain worsened, we found ourselves in the emergency room, anxiety hanging thick in the air. After a long night filled with tests, the doctor delivered the news. Noah was diagnosed with intussusception, a serious condition where part of the intestine folds into another section, causing a blockage. My heart sank. The doctor explained that he needed surgery immediately and the cost was astronomical, over $20,000. Sarah, my wife, and I worked tirelessly to gather the funds. We set up a crowdfunding campaign, reached out to friends and family, and even dipped into our savings. We managed to raise around $10,000, but still needed $10,000 more to cover the surgery and aftercare. Every night I lay awake, worrying, what if we couldn't raise the money? What would happen to Noah? The thought gripped my heart with fear and anxiety. Now, let's talk about Lisa. She's my cousin and we grew up together, sharing childhood dreams and secrets. We spent countless summer days playing in the park and confiding in each other about everything. But over the years, Lisa changed. She became obsessed with social media and the glamorous lifestyle it portrayed. Her Instagram was filled with pictures of lavish vacations, trendy outfits, and extravagant parties, all meticulously curated to gain likes and followers. When she heard about Noah's condition, I thought she would empathize and offer support. Instead, she came over under the guise of caring for our family. One day, Lisa visited, putting on her best concerned face. "I'm so sorry to hear about Noah," she said, her voice dripping with feigned empathy. I was grateful for her visit and shared the financial burden we were facing. "I can help you," she said. "I have some savings. Just tell me how much you need." I just said, "If we need more money urgently, then I will definitely call you." That weekend, Sarah and I were out running errands. I left Lisa alone in our house for a couple of hours. When we returned, Lisa left immediately saying there is something urgent. I noticed something odd. A week later, when Lisa posted stunning photos from Paris, her sipping wine at a cafe, standing in front of the Eiffel Tower, and enjoying lavish meals. The captions were filled with hashtags like #LivingMyBestLife and #blessed. At first, I did not think that something was wrong. Then I opened the drawer to keep more money for my son's surgery, and to my shock, the money was all gone. I asked my wife if she has kept the money somewhere else, but she said no. Then I began adding things up and suspected Lisa, but still I could not bring myself to the conclusion that Lisa had taken it. So I called Lisa. She picked up the call and I asked about the money. She answered, "I'm in Paris. I had to go for my Instagram followers. Noah's surgery isn't that urgent." Just like that, she cut the call. I and my wife were shocked, but I cannot let that slide. Devastated, I shared the entire ordeal with our extended family, detailing Lisa's betrayal. Their reactions were a mix of anger and disbelief. My aunt, Lisa's mother, was especially furious. "How could she do this?" she exclaimed, her voice trembling with rage. The next 2 days were a blur of emotions. Noah's condition deteriorated, and he was immediately hospitalized. We scrambled to gather whatever funds we could. Family members stepped up, taking loans and pooling resources to help us raise the money for Noah's operation. With the family's support, we managed to gather the funds for the surgery, and it was a success. I remember sitting in the waiting room, praying and holding Sarah's hand tightly. When the doctor finally came out and told us Noah was okay, I felt an overwhelming wave of relief wash over me. But while all this was happening, Lisa remained in Paris completely unresponsive. She ignored our messages and calls, seemingly unfazed by the crisis she had caused. Finally, after a week of being in Paris, Lisa returned home. The moment she stepped back into our town, she was met with a storm of anger from our family. They had learned everything: how she had stolen money meant for Noah's surgery, her dismissive attitude about his health, and her selfish pursuit of Instagram fame. Cousins and relatives gathered at my aunt's house, each one sharing their outrage. "What were you thinking?" one of my cousins shouted, while another added, "You put your followers over family." The tension was palpable, everyone was furious, and Lisa stood there, a shell of her former self, trying to defend her actions. "I thought I could pay it back," she stammered, but the words fell flat against the anger of the family. They cut off all financial support to her, unwilling to tolerate her selfishness any longer. As Noah recovered, our family grew closer, united by the ordeal we had faced. We organized events to raise awareness about intussusception and to support other families facing similar challenges. The community rallied around us, and we managed to raise additional funds for families in need. Meanwhile, Lisa's online persona began to deteriorate. Her friends turned against her, and the social media backlash was brutal. People began unfollowing her, and her once glamorous life crumbled before her. A few days later, Lisa finally reached out to me, her voice filled with desperation. "I regret everything," she admitted, sounding broken. She had returned from Paris, where the glitz and glamour faded into loneliness and regret. When we met in person, I confronted her. "You took money from my son's surgery fund," I said, my voice steady but laced with hurt. "You prioritized Instagram likes over his health." I could see the guilt washing over her, the weight of her choices heavy on her shoulders. "I thought I could pay it back," she replied, tears streaming down her face. But it was too late for apologies. I told her, "This isn't just about money, this is about trust. You broke something that might never be fixed." In the end, Lisa learned a harsh lesson about priorities and trust. Our family decided to support Noah's recovery more than ever, and while Lisa tried to make amends, the damage was done. Noah's health improved, and he returned to school, albeit with a scar that was a constant reminder of that painful chapter. We made it a point to cherish every moment together, and I vowed to never let money or betrayal come between family again.